Welcome to today's video, and today we're talking about how to stop and breathe and why. What is this all about? I would say one of the most important things on the self-healing journey and one of the biggest illusions of life actually we go through is that we believe what we're experiencing is true. We believe in the reality around us. We believe that that's just the way it is, and we have to push hard and go through it. Our belief in whatever is happening to us is what keeps it alive. Chronic pain in the body only is alive until we believe it, until we feed it repetitively with our limiting beliefs of why, stories of why we deserve it, why we deserve suffering, that we don't have it as bad as they had it, and we actually getting away with little and things like that. So I don't like to call it a problem, but the most important thing is that we believe what's happening around us is real, is true. And even worse is that we react onto it. And usually the reaction comes from fear because we believe it. And we believe, if you believe that life is hard and life is dangerous and life is full of suffering, then all you do is you're fighting against that suffering. But fighting makes you tired, and fighting makes you suffer more. Fighting against something you're experiencing will never make it go away. It will never allow it to disappear calmly and with tranquility. That just can't happen. Fighting is always fueling something, and with fighting it grows stronger, because fight is suppression. And we've talked about this a lot. I talk about this a lot here. Any suppressing of a part of yourself makes it grow. So this is why it will never work if we suppress the pain in the body. And until we suppress it, we're just pushing it down, but it's growing underneath our visibility, which is on the level of our subconscious mind. Unconsciously, it's growing on the background. We know it, we feel it, but we love to lie to ourselves. We love to pretend, it's gone, it's suppressed. But you know the difference, if you ever experienced the difference between taking medication for pain and it leaving, the sensation of the pain leaving your body, compared to not taking medication and it allowing it to leave on its own, in its own time, like really making the time, whether it's gonna take hours or days for it to leave. I know how hard it is, but this is a very powerful and like awakening, I would say, exercise in allowing yourself the time and space to go through that pain, because as it disappears, and eventually it will, and if you're there with it, you can learn so much from that process. And you will know, comparing these two, you will notice, this is how I've been researching. I've done so much research, honestly, on pain, on myself, because there's so many different approaches and we can honestly learn so much from it. And so these two approaches of allowing it to leave in its own time, allowing everything to release and quieten, and you becoming to feel safe, etc., it dissolving naturally, compared to it dissolving under the suppression. So you taking medication and suppressing it. You know that if you allow it to disappear on its own, if you've ever experienced it, and if not, I invite you to do so, as uncomfortable as it will be. But the tool that's coming on, the tip that's coming up, will help you to do so. Anyway, so these two scenarios. So if you've ever allowed it to disappear, compared to the situation where you're suppressing it with medication, you know that the case when you suppress it with medication is not the same. It almost feels as if not all the tension has left your body. If you're really honest with yourself, you know that after the medication there's still like residue. There's something left on the background. You know it deep down. As much as you disconnected from the knowing, you know this. Okay? And this is why long term the suppression will never work. It will just creep up into a bigger and bigger problem. And that's okay. In some segments of our life, maybe that's the only understanding. Maybe this was the experience you've been through in the past. Maybe that's the experience you're going through right now. That's okay. But we're here to talk about a different approach. We're here based on my experience of how much where I've gone through from maybe 100% of daily pain, migraines all the time, etc., non-stop pain, only increasing in intensity, basically having no stop between them, up to, I would say now I'm at 5 to 10% in 4 years of self-healing. Okay, so where the pain arises, I know why, I understand, and there's still things that I'm doing in the same way, and slowly changing those things. But what is one work for all tip? A significant difference is if you stop and breathe wherever you can, and you feel something's happening. Because in the beginning, the awareness will be only in the state of pain, extreme strong pain, and you haven't felt the accumulation of the pain before. This is on the beginning of the self-healing journey, most probably, because you coming here is you looking for a different solution than suppressing your pain with medication. You're looking how to heal yourself. You're looking how to find relief. You understand that you create your pain maybe, and that you can change this. Okay, so at first it might be the stop and breathe. It will only be when the large quantity and large amount of pain arrives. And that's okay. That's the beginning point. That's you have to start somewhere. That's okay. And then what happens? It's very important on how to stop and breathe is to, what helps is journaling it down, writing down whatever you get as that information, but stopping in a moment and focusing on your breath instead of the pain, instead of all the things you think you need to be doing, all the things you're doing, allows you to really get the information of why the pain is there. As much as it's uncomfortable, as much as it seems like that can't be it, that will be the surface level of why that pain is there in that instant. You always know, we always have the knowing, but without stopping and asking ourselves and listening to us and receiving that information, we won't get there. We'll just keep going, blindsided, just keep going and looking for the answer. The answer is out there. I'm looking for it out there. As long as we keep going and looking for the answers outside, we're going to find some temporary solutions. We're going to find some quick fixes, but not a sustainable long-term approach. Not a sustainable solution. Not that one that will heal all the aspects of your body, because the self-healing journey is about becoming honest with yourself and healing all the aspects, not only the physical pain. That's a bonus, actually. You're healing all the aspects of your life, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, relationship with all the things in your life, with money, with nature, with everything, with your whole being. And with that equilibration, with that coming back to the balance, of course you ease yourself from the pain. Of course the pain naturally disappears along the way. Okay? But it's so important, if you're starting or wherever you are on the self-healing journey, as much as you can, to stop and breathe, whatever you're doing, whenever you're doing it. And as you learn how to stop and breathe, you will be able to stop and breathe in that accumulation of that tension long before the migraine or the pain in the body arrives. Long before. Because obviously the pain, I explain it like this, it's tension, it's fear, there's layers. Okay, you can imagine it as accumulated tension, energy saved inside your body with layers, one on top of each other. So this approach is not for you to free yourself of all your pain, because that's not even possible. You have gained that pain carefully along the way throughout the most terrifying, most traumatic, stressful, and fearful experiences. So if you were able to magically open all that pain and let it disappear, your nervous system, your body, your mind wouldn't be able to handle it. You just wouldn't be able to handle all that stuff you've taken many, many years to accumulate on the subconscious level. And to freeing it and just opening it, that would knock you down. Like, honestly, there's so much information in going back from that tension to that ideal life, to that alignment, that you need to learn these tasks. And if it was so magical, you wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't be able to receive it at that point. Because at the point of high pain, high disconnection, you're not able to receive more of yourself. This is something we need to learn along the way, how to give and receive in alignment. There has been some disbalance established if you're experiencing physical chronic pain. Therefore, re-establishing that alignment will take learning and will take awareness and understanding. Wow, I can learn everything. I can learn how to be happy. I can learn how to love myself. I can learn how to not accumulate tension anymore. I can learn how to experience relief. I can learn how to experience pleasure. I can learn all these things that I thought I had to look outside for, outside of me. Same way as we talked about the lack of love. That's the illusion of searching something that's actually sourced inside us. But until we're looking for the answer outside, we're not going to find a sustainable one. We're going to find the quick fix, the short one. Okay, the same way exactly works with pain. The solution is inside us. And only by stopping, focusing on the breath helps. Breathing, bringing you back into that balance of giving and receiving. With each breath, we practice, with each inhale and exhale, we practice the giving and receiving. Reestablishment of that balance and reestablishment of that alignment. This is why when we stop and focus on the breath, it allows us to get back to the knowing. It allows us to remember those situations that in the past have created that same pattern. And that's why right now you're attracting those same situations. That's why the situation you're in, or especially stopping and breathing in an uncomfortable situation, which when the pain arises, it most probably is an uncomfortable situation. And so allowing yourself to stop and breathe whenever you can and just observe what is the stuff going on. What's going on in your head? What's going on in your body? Writing it down, allowing it to be there, and taking the next step. And this works especially if we're not able to rest immediately, relax immediately. If we're in the beginning of the journey, where we haven't allowed ourselves enough space to do what we want and when we want it, because we can manifest this. But in the beginning, probably we have created a lot of stuff around us. We have created a lot of stress belief, a lot of busyness, the belief that we're irreplaceable, that we have to do the job, no one else can, that we must, we should, and all of that stuff. In alignment, you being is enough, and your all needs are satisfied, and you work on satisfying them, and you put yourself first. Therefore, the reality around you mirrors that. Okay, in alignment, you no longer are a slave of your reality. You no longer believe that you must, you have to, otherwise no one else will. You understand in alignment that you didn't come here to suffer, that you didn't come here to become a slave of whatever scenario you believe in your head, that you didn't come here to have a hard life, that you came here to have a choice, to experience both and choose between which you want. Easy, simple life filled with trust and love and safety and security, or a life with fear and insecurities and not trusting yourself, not valuing yourself. Okay, the value and the quality of your life comes with you valuing yourself. And the more we allow ourselves to stop during whatever we're doing, stop during those situations where pain is arising. Why? Why in the most neutral way? This brings up the value. This brings up the self-value of your acknowledgement, and with every stopping and breathing and being there, you're actually being there with yourself, maybe for the first time. The signal you send to yourself, to your body, is I matter. What I feel matters to me. How I feel matters to me. What I experience matters to me. What I think matters to me. Until you act as if you don't matter to yourself, this will be mirroring in your life situation. Until you act as if what you feel, that you feel pain, doesn't matter to you, which it doesn't if you're not putting yourself first. If you keep on going, doing, instead of being there for yourself, the signals, in an illusion we believe that, others will appreciate it. But the signal you're sending to yourself in the creation of your life is, I don't matter. It doesn't matter to me that I feel pain. It doesn't matter to me that I'm suffering. So you need to really reestablish the relationship of how you're acting towards yourself. Because whenever you're neglecting, suppressing, or ignoring, avoiding your pain, you're sending a message to yourself: I don't care, I don't matter. It doesn't matter what I feel, how I feel, what I want, basically. And that's gonna result in your everyday life, not the other way around. The answer is not gonna come from, okay, if I do this, then I'm gonna feel satisfied. Then I'm gonna feel better. Then I will have time to address my pain. After I achieve that, then I will be able to address my pain. Then I will be able to relax more. But that will never happen. It has to go from the opposite way. It has to go from the inside out. It has to go from the pain, because the pain is the answer in itself. The pain is your answer and your superpower and your suppressed potential. Whenever you're saying no to yourself, you're accumulating that pain. And if we change it around, then we can use that pain to heal ourselves. And with that healing, of course, it relieves itself. Of course, the body starts feeling safe. It can relieve that tension. But if you're the one supporting that fear and every day doing fearful situations that enhance that fear, that's going to be the response, the fear response of the body, the pain response. But we can do it. We can change it by stopping, doing whatever you're doing, breathing, becoming aware. This is how we slowly become aware of what's happening, why is it happening. And trust me, you can stop in whatever situation. The more you think like you can't stop and you have to give a reaction, the truth is the opposite, and it's going to bring you a lot more clarity if you stop before. And then the next step will be stopping and allowing yourself for your energy to change, whatever emotion, allowing whatever emotion it is to pass until you make that decision. Only from a good state, harmonized state, you're going to be making decisions. But that's for some other time. That's a topic for some other time. All right, so invitation at the end. Still, the doors are open for the individual coaching or for the individual consultation where we can discuss your pain exactly. It starts at 77 euros per one session. You can contact me in the email in the description box. And yeah, I hope this is helpful. And there's been a lot of good response and a lot of videos are out already. So make sure you check them out too, because every day there's a new self-healing series video. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.